Politics of China. The Zhongnan, headquarters of the Chinese government and Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese Constitution states that the People's Republic of China is a socialist state governed by a people's democratic dictatorship that is led by the working class and based on an alliance of workers and peasants, and that the state institutions shall practice the principle of democratic centralism. The PRC is one of the world's only socialist states governed by a communist party. The Chinese government has been variously described as communist and socialist, but also as authoritarian and corporatist, with heavy restrictions in many areas, most notably against free access to the internet, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, the right to have children, free formation of social organizations and freedom of religion. Although the Chinese Communist Party describes China as a socialist consultative democracy, the country is commonly described as an authoritarian surveillance state and a dictatorship. Its current political, ideological and economic system has been termed by its leaders as a consultative democracy, people's democratic dictatorship, socialism with Chinese characteristics, which is Marxism adapted to Chinese circumstances, and the socialist market economy, respectively. Chinese Communist Party United Front, China, and generations of Chinese leadership. The Chinese Communist Party is the founding and ruling political party of the People's Republic of China. Since 2018, the main body of the Chinese Constitution declares that the defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics is the leadership of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. The 2018 amendments constitutionalized the de facto one-party state status of China, wherein the CCP General Secretary, party leader, holds ultimate power and authority over state and government and serves as the informal paramount leader. 2011, the current General Secretary is Xi Jinping, who took office on 15 November 2012 and was re-elected on 25 October 2017. The electoral system is pyramidal. Local People's Congresses are directly elected and higher levels of People's Congresses up to the National People's Congress, NPC, are indirectly elected by the People's Congress of a level immediately below. Another 8 political parties have representatives in the NPC and the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, CPPCC. China supports the Leninist principle of democratic centralism, but critics describe the elected National People's Congress as a rubber stamp body. Since both the CCP and the People's Liberation Army, PLA, promote according to seniority, it is possible to discern distinct generations of Chinese leadership. In official discourse, each group of leadership is identified with a distinct extension of the ideology of the party. Historians have studied various periods in the development of the government of the People's Republic of China by reference to these generations. Generations of Chinese leadership. Generations of Chinese leadership. First Mao Zedong 1949-1976. Mao Zedong Thaw Yu Guofeng 1976-1978 to whatever. Second Deng Xiaoping 1978-1989. Deng Xiaoping Theory. Third Jiang Zemin 1989-2023 represents Fourth Hu Jintao 2002-2012 Scientific Outlook on Development. Fifth Xi Jinping 2012 Xi Jinping Thought Government of China. List of national leaders of the People's Republic of China. Xi Jinping CCP General Secretary and President Li Keqiang. Premier Li Zhanshu Congress Chairman. China is a one-party state led by the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. The National People's Congress in 2018 altered the country's constitution to remove the two-term limit on holding the presidency of China, permitting the current leader, Xi Jinping, to remain president of China and general secretary of the Chinese Communist Party for an unlimited time, earning criticism for creating dictatorial governance. The President is the titular head of state, elected by the National People's Congress. The Premier is the head of government, presiding over the State Council, composed of 4 vice premiers and the heads of ministries and commissions. The incumbent president is Xi Jinping, who is also the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party and the chairman of the Central Military Commission, making him China's paramount leader. The incumbent premier is Li Keqiang, who is also a senior member of the CCP Politburo Standing Committee, China's de facto top decision-making body. In 2017, Xi called on the Communist Party to further tighten its grip on the country, to uphold the unity of the party leadership, and achieve the Chinese dream of national rejuvenation. Political concerns in China include the growing gap between rich and poor and government corruption. Nonetheless, the level of public support for the government and its management of the nation is high, with 80–95% of Chinese citizens expressing satisfaction with the central government, according to a 2011 survey. A 2020 survey from the Canadian Institutes of Health Research also found that 75% of Chinese were satisfied with the government on information dissemination amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, while 67% were satisfied with its delivery of daily necessities. Administrative divisions of China, districts of Hong Kong, and municipalities and parishes of Macau. The People's Republic of China is officially divided into 23 provinces, 5 autonomous regions, each with a designated minority group, and 4 municipalities collectively referred to as Mainland China, as well as the Special Administrative Regions, SARS, of Hong Kong and Macau. Geographically, all 31 provincial divisions of mainland China can be grouped into 6 regions: North China, Northeast China, East China, South Central China, Southwest China, and Northwest China. China considers Taiwan to be its 23rd province, although Taiwan is governed by the Republic of China, ROC, which rejects the PRC's claim. Conversely, the ROC Constitution claims sovereignty over all divisions, governed by the PRC. China Administrative claimed included SVG out this image provinces, claimed Province Anhui, Fujian, Gansu, Guangdong, Guizhou, Hainan, Hebei, Heilongjiang, Henan, Hubei, Hunan, Jiangsu, Jiangxi, Jilin, Liaoning, Qinghai, Shaanxi, Shandong, Shaanxi, Sichuan, Yunnan, Zhejiang, Taiwan, governed by RO China Autonomous Regions, Municipalities, Special Administrative Regions, Guangxi, Inner Mongolia / Ningmengyu, Ningxia, Xinjiang, Tibet / Zhejiang, Beijing, Chongqing, Shanghai, Tianjin, Hong Kong / Xianyang, Macau / Xiamen.